I've been fighting procrastination for over 2 years, and I'm going to teach you how I get over overwhelming tasks and how you can do the same. So I'll just give you a basic example from literally just yesterday. I was doing cardio, so I was running on a treadmill and I was running for 20 minutes, and it doesn't seem much, by the way, but in the moment, whenever you're changing the incline and you're like changing the speed to go faster and slower and then faster, it gets really tough to actually stick with it because you also want to like click the big red button to stop the ride, just give you a little bit of time to catch your breath. But how I did it and how I avoided actually taking a break was that I just thought about it in 5 minute increments. So instead of thinking about the whole thing as 20 minutes, I broke it up. And that's the big thing. I chunked down the actual task. And so I broke down the 20 minutes into 5 minute chunks. And so every time I did 5 minutes, I felt like an accomplishment. Like all I had to do was just push like 2 minutes more, and then I'm at my goal just 4 times instead of one. And I did that, and it became so much easier for me to actually do the cardio. But this doesn't just apply to whenever you're actually doing something. This applies whenever you're even starting or want to start something. So the basic example I can give you here is that I don't think about my morning routine as a whole. I just think about it as the next step. So I wake up, the next step is to like eat a banana. The next step is to put on my shoes. The next step is to get some water. The next step is to go work out. Like it's really not that deep. I don't think about it as, oh yeah, my morning routine's gonna take 3 hours. Oh, I I don't want to start. It's I'm tired. I don't think about it that way. And because I don't think about it that way, I can do it every single day. Because I chunk it down, I go from one step to the next. It's so much easier for me to keep going because it feels like the goal is right there. And honestly, if you set a simple goal like put on your shoes, like how are you gonna fail that? You just put on your shoes and you're done. Boom, goal accomplished. And each time you accomplish that little goal, you get the momentum, and so you keep going forward. Right? Imagine someone who's never worked out before. You tell them to go to the gym. That person would be so overwhelmed because he doesn't even know how to work out, let alone like what do you do at the gym? What do you need? Like that's the kind of person who then takes the next week or two to like research what he needs to do and what kind of workout routine is the best. Like the reason why people research and don't actually start is because they're feeling overwhelmed. And so to get rid of that feeling of being overwhelmed, the easiest way, honestly, is just to break down what you need to do. Instead of thinking, oh, I need to go to the gym, but I don't know this, I don't know this, I don't know this. Think about it like logically. So instead of thinking of a big whole task, you think of the next step that you need to take. Well, either way, I have to put on my shoes, so the next step is to put on my shoes. The next step is, well, I probably need a pre-workout meal. I'll eat a banana. The next step, well, I probably need a bag to hold my stuff. I'll get a bag. The next step, I probably need some towel to wipe myself off. Like, just step by step, man. You take the next step, you take the next step, and by the time you know it, you're already done, right? Because you set such small goals that it's so easy to accomplish. But those small goals add up to that big whole task, that big goal that you were trying to do in the first place. And so, honestly, the way I would do this is if you don't feel like doing something, if you don't feel like starting something new, just break it down, chunk it down, and really, literally just go one small step to the next. If you could just take one small step forward in the direction that you want to go, you're already good. And because you already took one step, you might as well take the next, and then the next, and then the next. And at that point, you're already done. So either whether it be because you're overwhelmed and starting something, or if you're feeling overwhelmed and continuing doing something, break it down to the smallest step that you can even think of. It could be even as simple as get out of bed. That's like the first goal you have in the day. I hope this helps you, man. Like honestly, chunking really helps me, especially in big tasks that I really don't feel like doing.